Are you here? Come on, you know we wouldn't dream of starting this episode of the Paul Leslie Hour without you being here. Hey, there you are. Thanks for the honor. Hey, today we've got an interview from the radio archives with the late Mr. Andrew Marcano, who will always be known in the world of Calypso music as Lord Superior. He was born in Rio Claro, Trinidad in 1937 and sadly passed away in New York in 2018. Lord Superior, sometimes called Supie, first crossed paths with the reigning King of Calypso, the Mighty Sparrow, at the tender age of 17. Eventually, Lord Superior was considered by some as the guardian of Calypso's legacy and culture. This interview was broadcast in 2009. Checking in from Trinidad, Lord Superior discussed his involvement in the documentary film Calypso Dreams, which chronicles the history and mystery behind Calypso, a music about life. He also discussed his musical roots, his opinions on the genre, and the stories behind many of his clever songs. Hey, real quick, we hope to feature more interviews with Calypsonians in the future. The best way to keep up with our interviews and reviews is by subscribing to Paul Leslie's YouTube channel. And you can also like the Paul Leslie Hour on Facebook. Hey, it's time to begin the interview now. You ready? When you hear Lord Superior tell his story, you will join us in echoing his statement. Long live Calypso! Let's listen together.
It is our pleasure to welcome Calypsonian Lord Superior. Thank you so much for taking the time to do an interview with us today.
Thank you very kindly, sir, and you're quite welcome.
I was hoping you could tell us what types of music when you were growing up did you listen to?
I listen to popular American music. I listen to indigenous African music, and I listen to some jazz music.
Can you remember a Calypsonian in particular that was your favorite, that maybe influenced you the most?
Yes, there was a guy, and he was a relative of mine, by the name of Growling Tiger, Neville Marcano. He had a particular song called Money is King, in a nice minor classical kind of mode, and where he said that if a man have money today, he can, do anything, and that was in the early 40s, I heard that. Revealing song, and it turned out to be a timeless song. He was one of the people.
As far as the Calypsonians of today, who do you think is the best?
Well, there was a little controversy between the Calypsonian and the Calypso singers. I have to give you a little information. In the earlier days, Calypsonian was one entity that was composer, singer, songwriter, singer. And over the years, that was diminished now. So it's broad. Several people get together. It's a streamline and make a song. It's a little different now to find out who is the best Calypsonian, who is the best singer. Maybe, well, the Mighty Sparrow turned out to be one of the greatest singers we've had. We have people like King and Sandra, but they're not the true Calypsonians as we need them.
As far as the storytellers, who do you think of as a better storyteller, Kitchener or Sparrow?
I will say Kitchener. Kitchener is one of the greatest musical minds and a master of oversimplifying things that you feel connected to it right away. His music was contagious. Master, I learned a lot from him.
If somebody had never heard Calypso music before, how would you define it?
Well, Calypso music is life itself. Calypso is really a tradition. Wherever there is some kind of community or society, at some point, they get together and they sing about what is happening in the community, any scandal in the family, in the neighborhood, what they would like to see and what they would like to see about that. Wherever I've been, I've seen that. In Trinidad and Tobago, we sort of tone that into a nice skill. It's elevated. It's connected to jazz music. So we became known for that. That wherever you go, you find that Calypso tradition.
You have a song on your album, the title track, Long Live Calypso. And one of the things that they address in the movie, Calypso Dreams, is what is going to happen to Calypso. So I was hoping you could tell us about that song, Long Live Calypso.
Well, Calypso was never really pop music because it came out of a kind of protest and a sort of rebellious kind of situation. It became very, very popular. But with the change from colonialism to independence, when the local politicians, they could not tolerate the freedom of expression that the Calypsonians had, and they tried to suppress Calypso because it speaks about life and the truth. And that's not very popular with politicians. So Calypso survived in a very hostile society, sir.
How did you meet the two directors of Calypso Dreams, Jeffrey Dunn and Michael Horn?
Actually, they met me. Someone told them they were having a kind of problem, using the documentary. And someone told them that maybe they should check Lord Superior. And they did. And having had some experience, I took a couple of courses in New York University in film production. I was able to assist them and help in a great way share whatever, footage and photographs and things that I had. I ended up being the co-producer of the film and now have a nice relationship.
What do you think of the movie, Calypso Dreams?
I think the movie is one of the greatest documents the greatest thing that happened to the Calypso business, because just since that movie, about 6, 8, or 10 of the guys have passed on. I think the last of some of the performances, it's a timely thing and it will live much longer than those of us who still existing. I am glad it happened.
Does seem like something that's going to carry Calypso to other places.
I think so.
Tell us about your song from Long Live Calypso called Respect Calypso.
No, well, that's two different songs. Long Live Calypso, because ever since you always hear people say, if Calypso is not number one, that it's dying. So I've been in this thing for 55 years and it was always that way. So in the 70s, there was a kind of popular thinking that Calypso is dying. So I made the song Long Live Calypso and showed them that, odds will come and some will go, but long live Calypso. Because it's life and it's going through a constant evolution. So there'll be changes where the accent will be on something else, a slightly different rhythm or slightly different phrase and that kind of thing. But it's one thing.
You have another song called that I really like called Do Like Me. Is that based on your own life?
Yeah. That's a song when I was a young man, Much younger man. That's what we call a spicy song, a suggestive song. That was one of the art in Calypso to, sing something suggestive without being vulgar.
There's another song that you have that some people might call it a controversial song, but it's a song called No Celibacy.
No, it's a controversial song. If you want to be, that since must have been in the late 60s, early 70s, I saw it coming. And I did that song. Atrocities. The voice of the people. We see the thing and we bring it to the fore.
When somebody listens to one of your CDs or when they listen to you sing in a performance, what is it that you hope the listener gets out of the experience?
You should see several sides of any particular issue, and you probably should observe something new, maybe more objective or what have you, and listen to some nice, soothing jazz chords and a nice structure. It must be pleasing to the soul.
This broadcast is going out all over the world. My final question, what would you, Lord Superior, like to say to all those people that are listening to us?
I would say a closer look to the Calypso music. It's about life, and I think the world really needs Calypso music. The democracy that we enjoy in Trinidad and Tobago and the freedom of speech is a direct result of Calypso. It's good for any society where people believe that they have a voice. The small men have a voice. Very good to bring issues to the fore.
Thank you very, very much for this interview.
You're most welcome, sir. And long live Calypso.
We thank you and appreciate you dropping in for the Paul Leslie Hour today. You know, you can help the Paul Leslie Hour in our mission to provide independent media content like this by visiting www.thepaulleslie.com/support. We truly thank you. This is your announcer speaking. Performance of The Entertainer intro song and Corina Corina outro song, courtesy of John Primorano. Well, that's it for today. So until next time, be safe and be good.